Ladies and gentlemen, viewing the live stream tonight, on commentary is God of Arcanists, I, my co-host Pierce, and the host, the wonderful Ink. And so, once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the battlefield tonight, high above the mortal world, on the shattered towers of the sky castles. Two forces prepared to collide. On one side, we have Oa. Some pronounce it Oa, some Oa. But for me, I go Oa, a man known for one thing above all else, pressure. He does not wait, he does not ask permission. He rushes forward with terrifying aim and the confidence of a man who can lob a shock bomb across continents. And on the other side, we have Increase, a colder presence, a more patient force, versatile, calculated, dangerous. The kind of player who lets you think you're winning, but right before the map crumbles beneath your feet. 60 seconds on the time control, no time to overthink, no time for mercy. Every shot matters, every misclick will be remembered by the community. Let's get many Arcanists on the boat, watching from the sidelines. This is not just a match. This is Oa versus Increase on Sky Castles, and by the end of this battle, one wizard will stand amongst the clouds and the other will be following for a very, very long time. Let the tournament begin. Let our players play their best. Brilliant. Just brilliant. God of Arcanists and the wonderful Pierce on the commentary once again. We begin shortly here. Any comments, Pierce?
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, it's our first time sharing a mic together, and you are incredible, brother. I'm definitely looking forward to casting alongside you and watching this match. We've got Oa, we've got Increase. They are already in the lobby. They're waiting for us to tune in and start slinging. The match is only moments away. Everybody's lined up a very heavily anticipated match tonight. And I'm ready to get right into it. I think we are good to go.
As am I, absolutely. Just a brilliant, brilliant tournament. We're ready to watch. We're ready for the action. Into we go. See you soon, shortly.
The lobby is full. The players are ready, and we are spam refreshing, clicking, waiting to get in, waiting to peek the action.
All right. I will let the players know that we are ready to go, and I'll let you two handle it.
Absolutely. Appreciate your ink, always.
Wonderful. I'm turning off my reverb. All right, let's get into the tournament. Waiting for these fantastically skilled players to begin.
Yes. It's always a pleasure. I mean, everybody who has watched these players before knows that we are in for a very, very good time tonight. As you already have highlighted, Oa is one of the kings of pressure, an incredible, incredible player in terms of his accuracy, rushing down his opponents. Although I have heard some rumors that he was looking for maybe something a little bit more stable and appropriate for the time format, considering we're playing on 60, we're playing on Sky Towers, there's a lot of defensive angles. You know, I'm definitely thinking that...
Interesting.
Yeah, I've definitely heard rumors, rather, that he might be looking to switch it up. Not 100% sure yet.
That wouldn't be surprising, as everybody knows that Oa is a player who is known for his aggression, his aim, his relentless approach. He doesn't really let off. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he's adopted a more calculated approach.
Well, we'll find out right now. Match is begun.
So the match is beginning now. And let's enjoy the show.
Looks like Increase has first move. Squanders around a little bit back and forth, thinking about how he's going to open up. He's got 60 seconds on the clock, not too much micro. The minions aren't out, so he can burn that to consider the layout, decide to see what he likes about the map gen, how he's going to move.
Yes, actually.
No decisive action taken from him so far.
The butterfly
Monarchs,
comes out.
turn one.
A passive play. Playing for the long game. We've got O with the Orochimaru outfit. Intimidating indeed.
Yeah. Monarchs turn one, very, very unusual. Going first, oftentimes you do see players look for something like maybe flight into center with possible mud bomb angles. Basically trying to do something to allow them to get center. But instead he concedes the center despite his early tempo, decides to just give it over to Oa here, and Oa is jumping around center, basically looking for an angle to see how he's going to control it and how he's going to set himself up to launch an attack. He goes for the summon drone.
He matches the tempo with the minion summon, but he's got center control. I would imagine that Increase likely stayed on the sides because, indeed, the matchup Oa is intimidating. I'd imagine he saw that he wanted to keep his distance, but Oa did indeed come prepared. Passive play for himself as well.
Neither player committing to flight on turn one either.
Perhaps it's an intelligent move, holding it for later. Now this drone, if it's not taken care of, is going to provide some real danger for Increase in the future because it does control one side of the map if it's left. Just wiggling his butterfly.
We've got an attack angle on Increase here. He could look for an alpha strike, but it's a little bit dangerous. With the drone there, we do see Mudball come out. Now, the big question is, what's the answer here? Is it going to be towering out would be the most standard play? Of course, Arcane Bomb, the highest pressure counteraction, something that you would see.
Very likely to come out from Oa, the Arcane Bomb.
Yeah. Absolutely.
With these high-level plays, it's always a battle for tempo.
He's positioned his minion outside of center on the trap point. It could be blocked off later with the seed, but yes, there is the arcane bomb coming out. So he's going to get some retaliatory damage, clean himself free.
There it is. Nice shot. Full 30. All the arrows landed.
Yeah, we're not going to be super eager to repeat this mud ball here. I don't think.
It's unlikely, but possible.
Definitely possible. I mean, he's lined up for an attack. He hasn't touched his
high ground. If he manages to lob the mud ball in a way that would avoid more arrows, it could happen, but...
Could be good.
I definitely expected trapping against Awa. Psychologically, his enemies are prepared for aggression. There it is. He didn't quite have the confidence to lob it over the clouds, so another arcane bomb is coming in. Likely going to hit at least 2 arrows.
An interesting note, though, is that if we see an arcane bomb come out from here, it will delete all the ground that Oa is standing on and will drop him into the chasm below and put him in a slightly dangerous
brilliant
position.
Move with the blast from the past into the leap through the mud ball. This is the kind of aggressive play we expect from Oa. That was a perfectly executed escape.
It was really smooth.
Really unexpected for sure. Increase is probably reconsidering here.
And he's on
bridge. There's the lineup with the shock bomb.
The classic.
This is just what we expected from him. Perfect shot. Luckily, not a sink for increase at least.
Yeah, too early in the game for Mega Boulder to be a real consideration, and the Monarch by itself, even though it can be moved to take out that gateway above, doesn't necessarily stop the drone from getting active and getting him.
And we can see that the drone was placed perfectly to block him off from escape on that right side there.
Four spells on the turn.
Yeah. Lots
Increase.
Of spells revealed.
Burning clock.
It's a tough situation. I don't blame him.
Yeah. I'm not convinced that Monarch is actually blocking that drone from getting active. The tree will blow down.
It is absolutely not blocking the drone. But let's see. Oh, there's the erosion. This is something I've always been bringing out lately into the meta for sure. This erosion into the tree. That's a strategy that's begin to hit the meta. You can safely take the tree out in one turn. A Mega Boulder could come in, and we got the mushrooms and the Mega Boulder to swing the tempo back. Brilliant how these it can look one way, turn out the other right away.
Yeah. Very, very bloody match.
Line it up carefully.
One tower coming out, no prot shields, and a lot of harmony.
Interesting. This is all to keep the tempo. There we go. So perfectly executed Mega Boulder, and we've got the harmony and the mushrooms to keep the tempo in his favor. So now he's really in a good situation. Mega Boulder. Sorry, Mud Ball coming back. So we might have a Mega Boulder from Oa.
Oa doesn't even think about casting this Mud Ball right away, right? Like, he doesn't reposition his drone at all. He doesn't.
Very confident.
He barely repositions himself. He's just like, nope.
He is a fast player, sometimes to his detriment. Could have been useful to maybe use his time to think, but it appears he didn't really need to. Let's see what he's got plotted here. Yeah, the harmony was, it's going to be on cooldown now. It was used on a butterfly for a mud ball, so...
One other thing to note is... Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say that I think the reason he harmony there was to soften the blow of a potential shock bomb. So that's why he used a mud.
Right. What I was going to say is, one other thing to note is that Oa choosing not to reposition before throwing his his mud ball actually meant that if his opponent had brought flash to get out, he would actually be in range to take 15 damage of chip. And only sitting at 83 right now, getting knocked, getting any additional damage on him just puts him in a very, very precarious situation. You know, you don't really want to be sitting at 67. So he's got to be a little bit careful.
The Vine Bridge to block off his path out, but the butterfly is still there to provide a ladder.
I don't think Increase should be super eager to drop his tower, though.
I would agree.
You know, I think that if he has Summon Swarms, putting it just outside of Sanctuary range for tempo is definitely a viable line. I think there's a lot of options he has here, but he's very safe from this position. And
I would absolutely agree. It's a safe position. His HP advantage is considerable. As we can see, it's 7 turns in, and the tempo has swung dramatically multiple times. Both players are low on health. It's certainly possible for it to turn into a drawn-out game if they have some appropriate spells to begin stalling and recovering, hiding away. No saying what's going to happen
trying
yet.
to guess between which one of these two players has the tools to stall and recover in their books.
Certainly increase.
Right. It's probably the player with Sanctuary, you know?
Right,
Like,
there's the peg. Absolutely.
probably not the
there's the
player with
boat.
Vine Bridge Fairy Jump.
That's true.
Like,
That's true. I don't think I've ever seen Oa stall since this was a Java game in 2008. He doesn't do it.
no. Just takes a
For
quick
anyone who
star
doesn't
ball.
know,
I
he's been
really like
playing-
that star
Oh.
ball. I love that star ball.
That was, yeah, just keeping the pressure on.
Because there's not a good way for Increase to deal any damage to Oa without sacrificing his position and detowering, right? So if you consider it from that perspective, it's just a free star ball.
Right. It
Because-
seems likely that trapping the drone into a swarm would be viable to swing the tempo back in his favor. It's probably going to come out. That's the only logical move here.
Mm-hmm.
One of the weaknesses of drone, mud ball. But it also drains mud balls. So he's only got one. Oh, he's used one. So he's got 2 mud balls remaining.
It's also worth noting that that mud ball has indeed locked off the left side of the map, so it's looking a little bit more like a cage deathmatch at this point.
That's correct. And that was actually Increase's path of escape. Assuming he has flight.
Oh, actually taking his time on this turn. 35 seconds in no motion. Calculating his path forward. How can he reduce the remainder of Increase's health bar if he's looking
How can
to
he
get
indeed?
aggressive action? Oh,
A ridiculous mega boulder falling from the sky, kills his own drone, detowers, and does about 20 damage. Interesting move, unexpected.
that was a near direct hit.
It was very slightly off from doing serious damage to Increase.
Because Increase is in danger here, right? Like, he's
He
got
is.
one Mega Boulder left, but Mega Boulder on the tower here is not that good, and we don't know what kind of damage he has outside of that. Owa, on the other hand,
We could see a triple drain coming. Anything, really. I mean, he's got to do something to escape. That's right. Blast from the pass. Block off the entrance with the Pegasus.
whatever he does, it cannot be vulnerable to Shock Bomb. Like, right here, all I see is Owa just nipping him with a Shock Bomb, and he'll lose the game if that happens. It can't be allowed. I think he summons another minion to maybe block this path. Something, but you also have to be mindful Owa can always detower and beat a blast from the past as well. 2
Interested
seconds on
to
the
see
clock.
what's coming. 1 second
Dream up.
remaining. The
Okay,
triple
yeah.
drain. That was
Very, very
correct.
clean triple drain.
Almost full HP.
Yep. Oh,
The,
okay.
whoa, clean mud ball. Didn't have time to think. Didn't need it. Weave through the clouds.
Just directly through, doesn't he? He completely considers, like, okay, if your drain can come, my mud ball can come. Not a problem. Locks down
Now
his
he still
opponent.
has the option to block off the entrance with the peg and the butterfly there, and attempt some sort of recovery. But look at Owa's health. He's still in trouble.
Agreed, but maybe a little bit less trouble than he was in a moment ago. Because it's very, very hard for Increase to actually launch a counterattack from this position if Owa decides to block off these minions.
Interesting use of harmony. And the Dark Knight coming out. Interesting choice. Interesting spot to place it. Preemptive
It's gonna be a little
measure.
hard to get a Dark Knight up to Owa from this position.
It's
I
going to
don't
be
think he'll-
difficult. It's going to require some laddering, some maneuvering. Might not even be possible, but
he throws the
okay.
last
Just
one.
pokes everybody for 1 HP with a interesting.
Okay.
It's this guy is outside the box with these shock bombs. He's got 2 remaining.
That
Really
was
only
very
accomplished
close to-
chip damage. I wouldn't have used the shock bomb on the harmony, the quadruple harmony, but
Right.
who knows? The butterfly is down.
Yeah, it would have been a little different if the Pegasus would have died from it, but from this position, not quite sure if it was worth the ammo.
Right. He's making good use of Harmony. It's on cooldown now. See what he's plotting here.
And you can tell Increase came into this match prepared, right? He's like, okay, how do I do? Oh,
yes, he's
right?
got a very defensive book. Really defensive, lots of abilities to recover. The Drain Bolt already came in with a 90 heal. He's got Harmony, he's got the Peg.
He's got the chips, you know, he's
the
eating,
Sank.
making sure
Even
those,
as the Mega Boulder.
Yeah.
Confident aiming player.
What a beautiful bubble.
He doesn't need time to think. He aims and he just decides where it's going to land and it works. Detowered. Yeah, that could have blocked with the Pegasus, but maybe he wanted to spare it. It was strategic. It was a bait. So the pebble shots on the tower left the Pegasus alive, leaving the Dark Knight a path for escape. Potentially.
I mean, we're going to need a little bit more than this for the Dark Knight.
We're going to need some help for this guy.
Okay, wait a minute.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
So we're witnessing IQ levels that are just rising and rising. This was a genius. Oh my days.
Increase.
Who could have, not a single person spectating thought of an ice shield. This is ridiculous maneuvering, expert level maneuvering. But he's in the tower, which provides perfect protection from the Dark Knight.
I'm not convinced.
Okay, so he cannot flash this Knight. It's too heavy. He can escape. There it is. He definitely tried to line up the Knight to set up a blockade, but it wasn't quite enough. A blast from the past into Shock Bomb will kill this Dark Knight, but see if he's willing to waste those spells on it, if he deems it to be worth it.
The problem
Traps
is
it in
that
with the
he
Vine Bridge.
can't just kill the Dark Knight, right? He has to resolve his 83 HP.
This is true.
You know.
This is true. That was a logical move. Towering back up. The Vine Bridge.
So the Pegasus is trapped. Even if the Dark Knight's not trapped, he doesn't have any mode of transportation.
This is also true.
Across the chasm.
I'm not going to be surprised if Increase finds some creative method to traverse this Dark Knight across the bridge and over the gap. But we'll have to see. He's only got, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, one blast from the past remaining.
That seems correct. Okay, a totem to dig out the Pegasus is very nice.
Wise move. That will prove useful in the long run as well.
Shock bomb.
And no time. Oh, unfortunate. It was very close. Confident. One shock bomb or zero, one or the other. He's running very low on his primary weapon.
That was his second shock bomb. No. That was his third shock bomb deployed.
That was number 3 for sure. Now,
yes, that was his
everybody knows Oa's shock bombs are his main weapon, his most dangerous technique. And so Increase came very nicely prepared with all of these minions and harmonies and tanking, draining the shock bombs out of his arsenal. And now Oa is running out of options. He's got one Mega Boulder left. And of course, if Oa doesn't have any sustained damage in his kit, it's going to be difficult to bring Increase down into kill range. Especially with his heals. The primary mode of winning here is making sure that the Dark Knight is either secured properly by Increase or killed by Oa.
Now the question also becomes, outside of his second Mega Boulder,
Interesting.
This Pegasus is free next turn, maybe? Oh,
depending how he uses this totem, he has a choice to free the left side.
Now, it does have a mud ball.
Couldn't fit the swarm in.
He does have a mud ball to buy a little time, but I think it's very difficult to make great use of the mud ball with the totem here. Okay, blast from the past, gonna free up a little bit, get a little tick on the tower.
Chip damage on the tower.
Yeah, that's not a big deal to Oa. I mean, it's the correct play. You always want to make sure you're making progress. You cannot just ignore the tower's HP completely.
Every bit of HP counts for Oa here. He's very close to the end. But we've seen so many defensive measures in Increase's book. We haven't really seen any offense besides the Mega Boulder, and there's one remaining, so let's see how he does this.
He looks
10
to maybe
seconds
jump
remaining
off
on
of
his
it
clock.
and line up a mud, maybe?
I can certainly foresee a mud ball here. Trap the drone, chip the tower. Looks like the drone might have a path for escape. We're going to see shortly. He's certainly going to try to wiggle it free at the start of the turn, and it's stuck. Very interesting spell, this erosion. He uses it beautifully. Knocks out the swarm, chips out, and escapes all in one. Very versatile usage of the spell. But he did open a clean path for the Pegasus. He's
I
going to
believe the
attempt a
Dark Knight
ladder.
is still trapped on this turn, though. I don't think he can jump
There's
out.
no space. The totem's a little bit too fat unless he can Oh, there it is.
Okay,
He
yep.
increases proven an expert of the movement of his minions.
The
But
Pegasus...
the tower...
Go ahead. I was going to say, I think the
No,
Pegasus
yeah.
can reach here, but I'm not convinced.
It certainly can. It can
That
fit
it
through
can-
the gap, I believe. It's just that
Okay, it
the
doesn't even
tower is
need the Pegasus.
providing the protection from the Dark Knight that he needs.
Yes,
the tower is
exactly.
still his saving grace, and it's coming off of cooldown, I believe, next turn. He's looks to be detowering. The charge incoming kills the... oh, that unfortunate move! There it lands on the top of the map. In trouble now. That was crossing my mind. It was definitely important to be careful there, the angle of the charge, but unlucky indeed.
However,
cannot
once again, I mean, we're in a very similar situation. The Dark Knight should die here.
The Sky Ray's
But-
coming to kill the Dark Knight, and he knew that, so he blasted from the past to bring it to kill range, and now he takes his opportunity to swing the momentum back in his favor. Block the Pegasus in. How is he going to do this? Oh, perfect space to squeeze in the gap. Are we going to
There's no
see
blast
his
from the
last
past
shock
here.
bomb? It would be a very Oa thing to do. Not an easy shot from this.
No, this is a
Position.
crazy shot.
I would expect him to land it. He's absolutely, he's a great
But I mean,
aimer of
like,
these shot
how
bombs.
is he not dead to Mega Boulder if he's
He
not
is, though.
killed
That's
on
the
this
problem. So it's probably
Yeah.
crossing his mind now. I'd seen the mud ball coming. There it is.
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Just chip him.
Oh, there goes
Beautiful.
the Dark Knight. Just extremely precisely. Dark Knight landed right where the Skyro was coming. Increase definitely not happy about that, but still has the lead.
Great awareness by Oa to pick up on this, but this totem is going to be trying to untangle these
pointed out
vine
earlier.
bridges.
Exactly. As we pointed out, that totem was going to prove useful in the long run. This is now becoming about careful maneuvering. This is a high-level match.
Very, very impressive also. Oa's been on this 83 HP for
A
years.
long time. He's doing a
Yeah.
fantastic job. And
I
part of
want
that
to
is
say
that...
9 turns.
Yeah, I believe so, precisely. Now, part of that is the fact that this cog tower is repeatedly saving him, and so Increase doesn't have any methods to detower that we've seen besides of a Dark Knight, which is now dead. So this 83 HP very well could remain at 83 we're going to see how long. Let's see how he deals with the tower now, if a pebble shot is coming out or not.
Yeah. Safe from Mega Boulder here with the tower active. Always looking for
Yes, it
an
does
angle.
appear that Oa doesn't really have any drain bolts, any healing method. He would have certainly been using it by now. Likely that Increase might use this opportunity to trap in with the minions and summon a swarm for the tempo. He's playing it slow. He knows he has the lead. There's a butterfly coming out. Interesting indeed. Slower than expected, but
Yeah, I too was expecting
Secure.
swarms, possible chip damage onto Oa. You do want to, as we mentioned previously, actually decrease his HP value a little bit lower, get him into kill range, make him really scared of Mega Boulder, even through tower and things of this nature. But right now, Oa is starting to feel a little bit more comfortable.
oof.
Rain Bolt to hit the Pegasus,
There
and
goes
even
the
gets
boat,
the extra
the
credit.
flying boat. Down. So we still have yet to see multiple spells hidden in each player's kit here. So we're going to find out shortly what secrets they have up the sleeve, because the pressure is on now. Butterfly comes in trapping. That's a disgusting play. You know, when it comes to facing a rush book, if you can get past the initial fears and control the situation, once you've set up these heals, it's much more difficult for Oa, but he can pull anything out of his sleeve. very unpredictable aggression from Oa. It's not over till it's over with this kind of guy.
Now, we're looking to drop Oa. Not sure if we're going to have any sync angles. There comes out the swarm that we were looking for earlier.
Yeah, this was an interesting use of the totem, bringing him down and down. Ooh, there's the erosion.
The anticipated erosion.
So, increase likely to just continue using the minions with an expert fashion, sinking Oa down turn by turn with this totem, which Oa does not have the time to afford to kill the totem, so it's going to be a problem for the rest of the game. Swarms chipped it down 30 HP on the tower. Increase most likely to D-tower here.
I wouldn't be surprised to see another Drain Ball come out, but he's not setting up for it.
I think he wants to keep the butterfly alive, or not. Let's see.
Okay, now he has now lined it up.
50 HP coming back.
There it goes, yeah. It's just so hard for Oa to kill from this HP deficit. I mean, I think that the HP is more valuable than the Monarch in this kind of position. How do you kill, right? How do you launch an attack that doesn't leave you vulnerable to being killed in a counterattack?
It's been done before, but we're going to have to see.
You know, after the Ice Bomb nerf, it's just not looking too viable.
Still some spells yet to be revealed, and the passive teleport coming in. Now, of course, on the Sky Castle's map, beams are raining from the heavens, and so this is not going to be a refuge for long.
Now, at this point, Oa is quite clearly on the back step. And
absolutely,
we have both of the Armageddon targets on the left side where Oa chose to retreat to. I guess he felt like the right side just had no security.
Right side is way too open. Left side is
exactly.
being pelted by rays, but that could also mean that the rays might switch to the right side at any point. But Increase still has this minion pressure, the swarm to come down and chip, the totem to dig away at his hidey hole, and the back foot is where Oa is likely to remain, unless he can pull out something brilliant.
Blasted a pass expended there.
Bringing the totem down instead of microing his way to the top of the map was a choice, but he decided to use the Sanctuary to bring his path to the left side open. The swarm's still long ways away, but this next turn should bring enough time. And there comes the Cog Tower, Increase's biggest enemy. Oh, the rays are coming down. The rays are actually targeting both players here.
Very nice fairy jump to get himself just a little bit inside that wall before he clock towers.
Intelligent maneuver.
Yeah. It just makes it a little bit harder for him to get sunk by this minion here as well.
Yes, he's likely to kill this totem instead of the swarm if he has to pick one to put down, because that totem is proven to be a serious sinking threat. And if he does manage to sink Oa, where exactly is he going to teleport?
Even still, Increase has time. I mean, he could just put another totem on the map without too much obstacles.
Exactly. We're only 23 turns in the match. Lots and lots of turns to be seen. Now, not easy to predict what Increase will cast here. Oh, well, Mark, forget what I said. Butterflies incoming. As we predicted, the totem is down.
Yeah.
Sky Rays are proving to be an issue for the Sank here. Now, if Increase can micro his way to the left side and put himself in a safe position to avoid being sunk himself, he can begin his assault. But I'm pretty sure Increase is not exactly privy to getting sunk, and Oa has a shock bomb remaining. I don't think Increase wants to go over there with him. We can see a pretty extreme imbalance. Right, so Oa had lots of damage in his book, upfront early aggression and maneuvering, not a lot of defense. And meanwhile, we have Increase with what has he got to deal damage with? We've seen Mega Boulder, Mud Ball, and Drain Bolt. Once the boulders are gone, and the Mud Balls as well, is it likely that he can kill him with Drain Bolts and Swarms? It is possible indeed, but not going to be easy.
I mean, at the end of the day, Oa has a very ammunition-based attack.
Correct.
arsenal, and he is rapidly running out of ammo.
This is true. He also doesn't have any way to heal, which is a huge problem. On a slow map like Sky Castles, you need some way to play the battle of attrition, which increases winning.
I do think that we're going to see this drone get some value here. I would not be too surprised to see the drone taking out the swarm on this turn, and then maybe also tagging the monarchs as well. But he's very, very low on time.
Oof. Nicked by the rays from heaven.
Yeah, I think he's approaching the point where he wants to start considering getting these swarms down, and the drone is very, very good for swarm control. He's got to be careful.
He's
also
bringing the drone over, which does. He's likely to. Oh, Harmony's up. He can't kill the swarm. So what is he going to do with this drone?
True.
Making himself a hidey hole. Didn't have space to kill the totem, so. In order to enter the Vine Whip hole, he has to detower. Not a pleasant situation.
Yeah, but his tower's cooldown is coming up soon.
True, but it's tempo gone again. We need to see Increase build his confidence to press his advantage.
I find it very difficult that he won't be able to win in the next 34 turns.
Right, and it's mostly the weakness that was 83 HP, which, if my math is right, we predicted earlier, it's been a total of almost 20 turns with 83 HP. Impressive. But what is he going to do? The rays are coming down, the minion pressure's building, his position is just drowned out. Not a lot of ways for him to really turn it around. Still too many turns remaining on the clock for a draw to be on the table.
First and foremost, he's got to deal with the totem. But I don't even know how he could. I mean, he can't...
This is a problem.
Yeah, he can't pebble down from here.
That's right. So he must detower to kill the totem, but even if he detowers, he can't kill it from a safe position. And so it looks like he's got a real problem at his hands from a minion that cannot even deal damage, but is yet proving dangerous.
Now, is that Monarch's also from Oa? It's his own Monarch.
This is true. So I can see a strategy of blocking in with the Monarch and the totem so that he is forced to detower. Oh, it blocks off the Vine Bridge hole using maybe this swarm to body block.
He does save himself 15 HP from getting tagged by the swarm. There was no way for the swarm to get to Oa.
The swarm can go in from the left side.
Actually, it could have gone from the left side. It could have gone from the left side.
Right, but this butterfly, maybe he just sees the butterfly itself. Oh, I know what happened. He doesn't really want to chip down the tower because for so long as he's in the tower, he's vulnerable to sinking by the totem. So he'd rather chip down the butterfly. Now, Increase is really hoping to obviously sync with the totem, but it's not likely to actually happen, so it's just another aspect of pressure. He finally has the space to shoot some pebbles at this little flying bat, which I'm sure many of us in the community have developed some form of complex PTSD from these totems, but I digress.
You also... I have to also applaud Increase for the late Pegasus summon, because while it looks like the Pegasus could do a lot on the field, realistically speaking, it's way better now that the Armageddon has chipped away on so much of the terrain and it can fly around freely, whereas these smaller minions getting through these holes were more of a priority earlier, right? Like, the Swarm can go wherever it wants, the Monarch can go wherever it wants, and so...
So with the Pegasus having free access, Increase now has a taxi to the bottom left of the map, but does he have the ability to do something with this positional advantage that's opened up? I don't even think he has pebbles or any way to detower, sink, or really do much of anything.
Right. And I mean, like, on top of this, okay, so it's probably just a tag here into a Drain Bolt to kill it. Just past a turn. Because, it's not making
32 seconds remaining. thinking is happening.
Okay. Let's see what he's looking for. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, conversion. Very
Converted.
nice.
He's stolen the butterfly with the powers of dark magic. Zombie butterfly, that's going to provide some additional damage with the aura of decay from the swarm stacking on the butterfly. That could prove dangerous for Mr. Oa. He does not have a way to easily... Oh, I know what he's going to do. This is Oa. He's going to lob some kind of spell, then kill these minions. Or that's what he's going to attempt to. And Arcane Bomb, the only spell he has. Not... Oh, dear. That backfired.
It was close.
Nobody can predict. This is the wonders of Arcanists. Sometimes something will happen, and you couldn't have guessed it in a million years, but he's in real trouble now. Gonna do some maneuvering with a butterfly. Has to be very careful because there's a long fall beneath him. Look at this expert movement.
Beautiful. Okay.
Rhythmic in nature. Just walks across the gap. And now he's in the conveniently placed vine hole. But a drain bolt will sink.
Drain bolt sink? Yeah, it's got to be the angle.
It's likely.
There is a little bit of like ledge there. I think he's gonna need to step up a tiny bit, and he's only got 11 seconds.
He's gonna have to step up. He's microing the minions. He's probably gonna line up a sink, and the only place for a teleportation to occur is the bottom middle of the map because he didn't sink.
No, he's out of time.
I understand. The reason is because now the swarm will detower. And so once the swarm detowers, he can actually do damage to the body. And Owen knows this, so he's facing a very difficult dilemma. Where is he going to go? What is he going to do? He detowers because it was inevitable, and he's
he cannot retower
in a good position.
He can try to retower here.
I can see some interesting arcane bomb technique happening, and that's what did happen. It was too low to sink. Not quite. The arrows came around perfectly. Now he's going to teleport to the aforementioned safe spot at the bottom of the map where the Pegasus can reach, the swarms can't reach, and this man cannot dig with anything except a drain bolt. So let's see what happens now. No way for either planet to deal damage, and the match goes on.
Drone comes out.
Of course, this is his primary method of swinging tempo, dealing damage from a distance safely. No way to take the drone out, but also no way for the drone to do anything. Diddly squat.
I'm a little surprised that, well, maybe he just doesn't have an angle. Maybe over several turns, because he's used up a lot of his resources.
Right.
He's used up a lot of his terrain generation. Because I was going to say, it may not have been completely impossible for Oa to summon the drone in a way that it could do damage. But I guess it wouldn't do any significant amount of damage.
If we think, what is the way that Oa could potentially swing this back? And it's possible only if he uses his final shock bomb to sink this guy. And then a mega boulder. Alright, but then what? Still, he's got too much HP to die. He's got the drain bolts ready to go. Not a good match here for Oa at the end of this 31st turn. He's in a difficult position still, but it's not quite easy. He's very slippery. And so I take my words back. I said not a good match. I meant not an easy one. It's a fantastic level of play we're witnessing here, given the limitations of each player's book. And that's ultimately one of the major factors of a tournament. We have a passive player, we have a known aggressive player. Each player has built the book out with these strategies in mind, and we've met with a stalemate.
I think the stalemate is going to be very, very short-lived.
I would agree. Although Increase doesn't have many ways to press damage quickly, the position is shrinking. This is the final remaining hidey hole, and we have a Pegasus in the shape of a boat that can bring Increase all the way across the map. And so once this cover is blown open, there's not much left for him to do. There goes the drone.
Okay, we do see a potential path forward if O wanted to get active here. Okay, he's not looking to to
Ah.
de-tower himself, but he is looking to maybe attack.
Oh, very risky positioning. He must have some reason that he felt that to be worth it. He's going to aim a shock bomb, as we
That's
know, and
for
it's a
us.
full 80 damage. It could even be a sink. No, not quite, but that's
But it could,
170 HP.
I was gonna say it could possibly
Landed the
have
swarm.
also tagged his swarm. Yeah,
That would have been quite something.
crazy
but
extra credit, especially because the swarm would have then been deactivated.
that was indeed the final shock bomb from Owa.
Right.
So remaining in his arsenal is a Mega Boulder, maybe a Mud Ball, but I don't think so.
I think he's out of muds.
Once he's out
This
of
is not gonna be
Mega Boulders, once he's out of the Mega Boulders, he's got Erosion, which is not by any means a weakened spell. It's the 75 full damage, and then Arcane Bombs. Now, if he managed to get some sinks off with this Arcane Bomb, this is another path that he could potentially make a comeback. But again, it's not easy. Increase has portrayed himself to be quite the master of positioning and movement. He drains the totem. Did that give extra HP? Or was it...
He went
I
from
don't think so.
170 to 200. Erosion coming out. Unfortunately for Owen, not killing the Monarch. Or maybe fortunately, right? Because he's missing a... Increase is not a... He doesn't have the means to summon a new minion.
He fails the Aura Stack, which is extremely unfortunate for him because that was his chant. The Erosion's on a 5-turn cooldown, so...
That
Still
pixel below Oa is reached by the totem, but maybe not.
It is. Let me
right
zoom
now.
in with my enhance computer. Enhance, and indeed the pixel is entirely within the totem, so he is again facing the pressure of this pesky bat. Not quite worth the turn to kill, but if he doesn't, he's going to be sunk. Nowhere else to go. Wow.
And
Passive
Increase
play,
is playing it nice and slow.
just taking his advantage home with him, putting it in his pocket, not risking anything.
Yeah,
What's the need anyway?
He said, "You know what? You don't have another shock bomb, so why even worry?"
Oh, so as we've said before, his sustained damage is Arcane Bomb, and which is not actually that bad. If he can repeatedly smack him with arrows, he's going to go from 185 HP to 155, and then he's going to cast a Drain Ball. So, uh-oh, we almost forgot, didn't we? Now, Increase is at a pivotal turn. He can either sink O with some damage, or keep him in the lane.
I mean,
Interesting placement of the bugs.
I think he's just trying to make sure that the Drain Ball always sinks here. Because
That's
he's
a
got
good
the
point.
Pegasus and the tower, like the minions, to get himself out if necessary. And there's not really anywhere for Oa to go where he can survive a follow-up attack.
That's right. There's a small chance the Drain Bolt will land him on the ledge to the right. Absolutely not. Well aimed, he's sunken, and now the Pegasus providing Uber taxi drive to wherever he needs to be. That was the only hidey hole I could spot. Swarm for the chip. Now,
Well, chip
very
for the-
likely that Oa could end it here. Sorry, Increase can end it here. Is there another Mega Boulder remaining?
From Increase, absolutely. Both players have a Mega Boulder remaining.
Well,
They
he
each
could have
love
even
it.
suicided with the Mega Boulder last turn.
Yeah, he could have, and then guaranteed.
But now,
win the match with-
is this enough space for the Mega to do damage, or should he go
I
under?
don't feel comfortable. I think you just press
Oh.
Sanctuary. I think you just press Sanctuary. I think you
I
don't
would
press-
go under with the Pegasus and Mega Boulder my top right forehead.
I
and
would
that's
press
what's happening.
Sanctuary and not throw my lead.
No, Mega Boulder's coming out. He's gonna... The safe measures with the Harmony, this is... Oh man, he's pulling out all the stops. The Mega Boulder's gonna probably do
There
some
it is,
damage
there
here.
it is, yeah.
And it's good game. Absolutely brilliant first match played. We're gonna see some very likely, some rebooking done by these players. Wonderful first round. Beautiful.
To clarify,
What was that, Ink?
yeah, to clarify, it's a best of one.
Yeah, it's
so...
best of one because we're just in the group stages here.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's best of
First
one.
and last round, excuse my misspeech. That was a interesting, long, and brilliant match to watch. Any comments from you, Pierce?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, we're going to get plenty of comments. Hopefully, from maybe some of the players if they want to come in for the interview round. But I will just say, the best of one format, I really have to give Owa a lot of respect because he stuck to his guns. He played his standard game. And he did exactly what we would expect. And I give that same amount of respect to Increase because he came very, very prepared. He definitely knew who his opponent was, and he was not necessarily willing to, take any chances on not being prepared for the devastating potential of Owa's offense. So he said, you know what, let me come. He made sure he had all the healing necessary in his book. He had the defense, and he played out a very, very solid, slow and steady round, putting a lot of respect on his opponent, and you could show it paid off for him.
It did pay off indeed, and this is going to likely mark a moment of study about the choice of spells, because some choices were made, some weaknesses were allowed in, and they proved to be fatal for Owa. No way to recover HP, and his signature book, everybody knows him as the terrifying powerhouse on 7G, with no Drain Bolt needed, but in this format it's just not going to cut it. And so we see the battle of attrition won by Mr. Increase.
We do see that Owa has mentioned that he declined to join us for an interview today because he will save his comments for after his next match. Even though it is best of one, it is still the group stages, so players have not yet been eliminated from the tournament with this loss.
Right.
But Increase has agreed to join us, so he will be gracing us here with the insight of his victory in just a few moments.
Yeah, I'll try and pull in an Increase for an interview. He said, I don't mind, so that's a bit ambiguous. Not sure if that's a yes or no.
Good enough for me. That sounds like the affirmative, so let's welcome Mr. Increase when he's ready to join the channel.
Agreed.
For a post-game interview.
For sure.
Even still, that was definitely what I want to see and what I expect from a match of Arcanists. It was absolutely a very good match. We saw
some
so
brilliant moves,
much accuracy from the players.
Yes,
I mean, even on defense, right?
Absolutely, stockfish moves coming out with accuracy.
Just so crazy.
Brilliant movement.
I mean, like the arcane bomb double sync to produce more turns and get the space on the left side. That's not a book play. That's
not at all. We even saw the Dark Knight jumping to the top of the map, hitting the border and bouncing to his misfortune. Welcome, Mr. Increase, for your post-match interview. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we hear you
perfectly
fine.
Loud and clear?
Congratulations on your victory over Owa. How did you feel going into the match? Would you say that you were nervous, given Owa's previous accomplishments? Did you feel prepared? What were you really thinking?
Well, he said, he messaged me on Discord and he was like, yeah, good luck, man. There won't be as much pressure. We'll play at midnight. No one will broadcast it. And then everyone logged on, so I was a little nervous, but...
Well,
nervous is to be expected. Owa is nothing to scoff at with his aggression, his aim. And with that being said, how much of his known notoriety with his aggressive style play into your thought process as you were coming into the match?
Wait, could you repeat that, please?
Well, as the aggressive player, known to be a rusher with excellent aim, his dangerous shock bombs, did you craft your book and your strategy with this in mind, or what was going through your mind preparing for this sort of player?
Oh, okay. So when I made that book, it does have a few weaknesses, but I'd say it's a pretty defensive book, but I think it would still do fine against other control matchups. But I think that a lot of people have forgotten about how good Harmony and Spores are. So I think that was a really helpful spell against Rush, for sure.
Okay,
yes,
so
you
you
pulled
would
those
say
moves
that
out
you...
with...
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Pierce.
I was gonna say, so you would say that you definitely prepared your book in anticipation of having to deal with Rush, yeah?
Yeah, definitely a little bit.
Right.
But
Which,
it
I mean,
was
and that's
also
normal. That's
designed.
fine. You should
Yeah.
probably be doing something like that.
Right. Now tell me, Increase, what was your favorite moment in this match? Oh, welcome Mr. Owa to the lobby. Welcome, Mr. Owa.
I mean, he's been nerfed so many times, he kind of got scammed, to be completely honest. So, like, Ice Bomb was nerfed, Flight was nerfed
Absolutely.
with Flying. So,
Well, it's difficult to nerf raw aim. You can't nerf this guy's aim. Owa, welcome in, sir. How did you feel coming to this match? How are you feeling after your unfortunate defeat?
Yeah, that's tough, man. So I brought Flight with Vinebridge and I didn't want to reveal Flight because I wanted to have the ability to catch him off guard there. I thought there was a chance I could win all the way to the end. He was on a cloud with another piece of terrain underneath it, and him not seeing Flight. Thought there was if he wasn't playing super safe, I could get on top of him and Vine Whip sink him. He was with his gate down, and then fly and Mega Boulder him. But he played it very well. I mean, there's not much I can do. Like, I took 2 minions that he can drain, and he has like 4, so he's got 6 minions he can drain.
Oh, yes.
Plus Harmony. There's just
That's right, Owa.
this is a match where I really need to have first turn. If I don't, there's almost no chance I can win, and I didn't get it. So
Now, would you say we'd noticed during the match that you didn't have any method of healing yourself? Was this was of course a deliberate decision? Is it something you're going to reconsider in the future?
no.
Oh,
Hell no.
that's
a rush
if I've ever heard. Well, the sheer testosterone, just no explanation. Just what do I need to heal for? If I kill them first,
Yeah,
it'll
fuck
happen
that.
next time.
Yeah, I don't.
There's
yeah.
children watching.
Well,
I'm just
no.
kidding.
No, I think that the question that I wanted to ask you, Owa, is given a tournament environment where your opponents anticipate you and your previous successes have led to the notoriety that's been discussed, and people can come prepared for what you're doing. There's a lot of answers. Do you think that in the future matches, without revealing anything specific, do you think in the future matches you'll be able to develop some new surprises in anticipation of people having expectations set up of you in advance, or do you think you are going to simply be able to innovate on your current strategies enough to push past the evolution of what your opponents are doing to counter you?
Wow, what do you say? Oh, that was a very epistemological question.
So, I mean, people have known what I do from the beginning, right? So, like, on every tournament, like, for example, the one I smoked DX in, he knew what I was doing. He knew what I was doing beforehand, and he still lost. So, like, and he took multiple spells to counter me, and he still lost. So, like, you can know what I'm doing and still not have the skills to win. The problem is, with Increase, he's extreme. Like, we play all the time, and he knows how I play. Like, he's extremely good at playing against me. He knows exactly when I'm gonna like, and his win rate against me is extremely high for that reason. So like bringing the right book versus me, I'd really have to come out of left field with something crazy to surprise him. Like, I kind of was going off of what he's played up to this point, and that's why I picked drone. But then it's tough.
I noticed the drone. Also, I stopped pondering my orb, and so my wizardliness is gone. But the drone was an interesting choice. You didn't get many chances to capitalize with it, and it was because of mostly his masterful use of harmony, which also seemed to have cucked you on multiple occasions. I noticed the timing was brilliant. He brought out the harmony when he knew your shock bomb button was itching.
Yeah, I mean that's the move, right? Get out a minion, then harmony, then mega boulder, right? So the idea is put me in lethal where I can't respond back, and yeah, I mean that's honestly a huge mistake on my end. I should have just left the tree, right? Like I shouldn't have erosioned out and gave him an opportunity to do that. But yeah, I mean that was good. It was definitely good. It set the pace of the game.
Very good for sure. Increase, I have another question for you. Can you talk me a little bit through the opener of the match that we just watched? You got to go first, and on turn 1, you decided to hug right side and play Monarchs to back of you. Can you tell me why you decided on this specific opener? Because you conceded early center against the aggressive player, and while Monarchs is a development turn, it's not necessarily the most defensive play you can take either. It left you vulnerable to quite a number of strategies, and I was very fearful that it would have been possibly, too weak of an opener with your turn one voice. I mean, with your turn one um, maneuver. So, can you tell me what you were thinking with that Monarch setup and your positioning on turn one, and then leading into the beginning stages of the match?
I mean, the map gen kind of scammed me there, so I actually couldn't even reach the center. That was my only move. So,
I see.
Is
So you
that
just
like
didn't
in
have
the
the tools in your book
class?
to negotiate it.
yeah, I didn't have Vine, I didn't have Glide or Vine, any way of reaching the center, so
Right.
I had to basically micro with the Monarch to reach center. Yeah.
I see. So basically, you just wanted to make sure that you had some flying creature online so that you could access the rest of the map to play the game. I see.
Speaking of flying creatures, your movement with the minions was impeccable. The laddering, the micro, it was fantastic to witness, and it worked out. Now,
Yeah.
what I was curious about when watching was this dynamic between you, Oa, and that totem. It was clearly applying mental pressure, and the sync that it was threatening was a constant threat, but not worth the tempo of killing the thing. What are your thoughts?
Well, I would raise the question to you: what should I have done instead?
That's
If I have no minions to summon and I'm gonna lose, if he can just totem me and get another tempo on me, there's nothing to do. So I'm gonna kill it. So he has to waste a turn. My idea was to get enough time to tower and get him down low, so where I could start to potentially
Right.
sink him. The only way I win that game is through desperation and him making a mistake. So I
Right.
want him
Yeah.
to go.
Mhm.
I want him to go down low, so I have a chance
Yeah.
to sink him with Vine Whip.
We noticed you had 83 HP for almost 20 turns straight.
The defense was
Uh-huh.
crazy.
It was great. That con
well-
tower came in clutch.
Yeah, I mean he had only Drain, Mega Boulder,
Yeah.
and Mud Ball to hit me with. So one Mega Boulder down, and I don't think it increases the type to risk the entire game on a Mega Boulder unless if it's almost guaranteed, as you saw by when he did it.
Speaking of risking the game on a Mega Boulder, we saw you took a turn where there was about 4.5 seconds of thinking and a Mega Boulder that fell from the heavens. What went through your mind when you saw that thing coming down?
I was just hoping that maybe Increase's internet went out and we could get a rematch when it was midair. That was that was like the only chance I had to win that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I missed that shit by a mile.
Oh,
I knew
man.
you were gonna go for it too. I was just praying, man, that you'd miss.
Yeah, I overthought it for sure. It's
All right,
tough,
and-
bro.
Well, I noticed if it
One
was
more question.
slightly to the right, it wouldn't have just detowered, but it would have been actually a considerable amount of damage.
You're thinking of
So
the
it wasn't a bad move.
I think you're thinking of the shock bomb. The Mega Boulder I took the whole turn and I missed left. The shock bomb, if I got it to bounce off the DK, it'd have been nice.
Oh, that
but-
was a crucial turn as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and that one I didn't even think about because I missed so much on the Mega Boulder. I'm like, I'm not thinking about this. I'm just gonna let Jesus take the wheel, and he did, and he steered me right into the right into the fucking wall. But no, it was a good match. As soon as he Harmony Mega Bouldered me, I was like, I puckered up. I'm like, this shit's about to get real. This is gonna be a long
It got
match.
real
because,
indeed. It got
Yeah.
real indeed.
Yeah, I, mean, I
well,
don't think
yeah.
Increase really made any mistakes besides not going for a win earlier. But I don't even really know if you'd classify that as a mistake.
I agree. I think
mean,
he played a
yeah,
very
it
good
was
The
like
amount of
solid
turns
game.
remaining, there was a situation of your escape spots just being squeezed away by the rays, the totem, the swarms. It was a slow play from Increase. In my opinion, he didn't have any reason to press. What do you
Yeah,
think,
no.
Increase?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, so that actually brings me to my next and probably my final question for Increase. After the position where you were able to chunk Oa down to 83 HP, I know that here on the broadcast we felt that you were in an extremely commanding position. What were your thoughts on how you plan to close out the game from that position? And did you feel confident that you were going to win, or were you anticipating that there was some angle that Oa could make a comeback?
Well, there was a turn where I think I was trapped in a mud ball, and I think I could have brought my Monarch over and stuffed an MB to end the game on turn 20. and there were 15 spectators, but I thought, why risk it when I can just tick him with Swarm when on turn 50? So, yeah, and then 2 spectators left, so there were 13 left. And I don't blame them after that play,
Strengths
but
and weaknesses. For me, when I see
I just-
15 people on the boat, I'm suiciding with a Mega Boulder.
so I just didn't want to take any risks, and there wasn't
It
any
worked
reason
out.
to, because OA, he doesn't have any sustain, he doesn't have Swarm or any minions, so if you can just survive, you can win with 1 or 2 swarms, so I had no reason to risk it.
Yeah, and I think
Interesting indeed.
that's where a lot of people fail too. Is where a lot of people lose to me, who probably shouldn't, where they don't have that mentality of like,
The restraint.
yeah, they don't have that restraint. They'll go for the thing and then miss because they suck, and then I'll come back and win a game that I'm not supposed to win just because they went for it.
Sheer aura.
I
That's what it is.
really,
Intimidation.
that's what I've been saying.
That's what I've been saying.
evolves into aura.
Like when you
Now, you're lucky
use
that I'm not in this
line-
tournament, because the only one who can scare you is me.
Oh.
We all know that. But maybe next time.
Like there was another play, you used that vine, and so I took cover in there, and you sunk me the next turn, but I think everyone was wondering, why didn't
He
you
did what?
sink me? Like he used vine into the terrain, and so I took cover there and I used a drain on him, but I
Right.
could have probably sunk with drain from the AoE, but there was no reason to risk it. That's what was going through
Right.
my head, just like a slow methodical win. I didn't even take flash that game.
Well, I
Oh.
definitely think it was a very nice execution.
Yeah.
It is getting pretty late, so we are going to be wrapping things up soon. I will ask Oa first. Were there any further comments that you wanted to make? Any specific points about the game or just about anything in general that we didn't ask you that you wanted to talk about?
No, I think it's pretty much you covered most of it.
All right, very nice. And then Increase, of course, we do want to congratulate you on your win tonight. You played an absolutely fantastic game, really accurate, really solid gameplay. You know, a little bit slow for some people's taste, but for me personally, I really enjoyed watching the strategic and methodical dismantling of your opponent once you had that lead and just walking your way into the victory. So
Okay,
congratulations.
settle down. No, I'm just kidding. No, you did really well.
So
Yeah,
I'll
GG,
toss
you
over
did
the
very
same
well, too.
question to you. Was there anything that you maybe wanted to talk about, say to the people watching that maybe you weren't anticipating watching at first, or just anything about the game in general before we sign off for the night?
Oh, nothing else, just good game. Oh, like you played really well, and I think you got a bit unlucky too with your skill shots, so that's
it's
kind
all
of
good,
just
bro.
how it goes. So
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the one of the one because as you mentioned before, we just practiced together, so it's tough to play against the person you're practicing against too.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's all
Those
good,
make for
bro.
the most interesting matches, when you understand each other's style. But it was very enjoyable to watch, boys. It is indeed getting late here. On to the next one. And Oa, I think nobody doubts that you have a solid chance of sweeping through the losers bracket with Fury.
It's group stage, so he will still just have to fight the remaining players.
That's
in his
how
group.
that's how I've done it on every tournament. I've lost the first game and then won through the losers, but this time Nev for some reason decided to play GTA 6, so he's in my bracket too, and that's he's
Uh-oh.
tough. He's a tough cookie, but we'll
Tough
see.
cookie indeed.
Before I bid everybody good night, Ink, was there anything that you wanted to say or announce after this match before we close it off?
Yeah, so it should be said, well, what Group D's looking like, of course. Increase will be moving on to face the winner of Scoops and Nev.
Mhm.
That match is not scheduled yet, but OO will be facing the loser of that match, so impossible to say, what's going to happen with the opponents until we see what happen. We see the outcome of that match, but it'll still be very interesting to see how that shapes out.
Scoops and Nev is going to be a crazy match to watch.
In the meantime, I also
Could be
wanted to
crazy to
shout
watch,
out
indeed.
today's commentators. Pearson, God of Arc. It is God of Arc's first time on the Arcanists broadcast, so Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you for joining, and of course, thank
It
you,
was a
Pierce.
fantastic time. Fantastic,
And-
It was.
fantastic cast, brother.
I
It was
enjoyed
great
it.
time. Yeah.
And if you'd
Yeah,
like
I
to
hope you
follow
guys
myself,
enjoyed.
the broadcast host for today, myself, Ink7, you can follow me at those YouTube and Twitch links. And yeah, I think that's all we got for now. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully we will see you tomorrow, but if not, you can definitely be expecting some matches next weekend at the minimum, as there will be more group stage
Thank you for watching
matches.
this Arcanists tournament, everybody. Have a beautiful rest of your night. I hope you enjoyed the show. Remember to go home, cast your arcane flash, and do your thing, and enjoy your evening. Be safe, and thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you all for watching. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.